Jamie. Maya's acting a little nicer on our way to first period, although she's still pretty quiet. And then, so am I, and upset, and confused. In fact, I think I'm the Frankenstein of feelings. We get to science. Mrs. Fletcher passes back all her old tests and papers, then gives us free time. I want to try and talk to Maya again, but just as I start, she turns back and... What the heck? Is Lindsay her new BFF now? Well, fine. Lindsay smells like a Christmas tree farm anyway. Let Maya have a sneezing fit. I turn to talk to Anthony Randall instead. You okay? He catches me off guard. Dang, I thought I had my poker face on. I must still be wearing my sad, mad, wanna rip off Maya's face. She's acting so weird. Girls are confusing. I smile. That's the truth. I want to vent more, but I'm getting paranoid that Maya will hear, so I change the subject and talk about sports. I'm on the volleyball team and he's on the basketball team. We share the gym and watch each other's games. Talking to Anthony instantly makes me feel better. Maya glances over. I can't tell what she's thinking. That's a first. Maybe she thinks we're talking about her. Good. For once, she'll know what it's like. Gotta say, we haven't had this icy to each other since October when Grace and I accidentally wore the same dress to school, and Maya joked that Grace wore it better. It was around that time when I started wearing padded bras. My mom, who's normally a church lady, caved it after a lot of begging. I remember one morning when I ran out of laundry and couldn't wear one. Let's just say it was kinda noticeable. My friends couldn't stop laughing, calling me a deflated balloon. I was so humiliated. I almost ran to the bathroom to stuff my shirt with toilet paper. Luckily, Maya had a heavy sweater in her locker, and I wore it all day. The bell rings. Maya mumbles that she has to use the bathroom and bolts out the door. I can't tell if she's making excuses or what. I'm so deep in thought that someone pokes me at the side. I almost jump out of my skin. Anthony laughs. I punch his shoulder. Don't do that. It's fun to freak you out. We walk out of class together. My heart's still pounding. So what's going on? I don't know. She's acting really weird. Actually, I don't know if it's her or me. Well, if you're acting the same, then it's her, right? I laugh a little. Yeah, I guess. I can see Anthony wants to spit somewhere, but he's finally kicking that gross habit. His mouth puckers into an odd shape, and he stops himself. Girls are weird. And evil. Guess you're still upset about Nikki. Maybe. Anthony and Nikki Lador were a thing last month. Well, really for like 2 weeks. My older cousin in California says middle school dating is like dating in dog years. 2 weeks feels like 2 years. That must be true because Anthony looks like his wife of half a century just died. I poke him at the side. She's stuck up anyway. She likes Devon Martin, that fish face. Squid face, long and kinda slimy from all the hair gel. Oops, we probably shouldn't talk about those two. After all, I'm trying to be more mature. But one look at each other's faces and we start laughing. I know it's wrong, but laughter feels good. Anthony kicks along a whale stick note on the floor and puckers again. It must be taking all his willpower not to spit. I offer him some gum. If you're still mad and want to talk, you can text me later. Thanks. Anthony isn't a guy of many words, and lately he's been depressed as all heck, but he's sweet. Despite that stupid spitting habit, all the girls like him, but it took Nikki being grossed out that finally made him stop. We walk down the hall without talking. With Maya, Ciela, and Grace being so quiet would be weird, but with Anthony, I can just, be. Before we separate for our classes, he pokes me in the arm with his elbow. That's his goodbye. I sing my tongue out and he laughs. At least I have one person on my side. Maya. First period. Lindsay asked me if I signed up for volleyball camp, and we start talking. I can tell Jamie's getting upset, but I have to get her alone. Maybe we can talk on our way to gym. I should just tell C to do it. This is all her idea anyway. But I know it's better coming from me. And if I want C to be my BFF, I can't make her look bad. Why does Jay have to be this way anyway? This wouldn't be happening if she just acted like the rest of us. The bell rings, jolting me from my thoughts. 2 more classes to get through until field day. I chicken out again. I can't walk with Jaime. I just can't. I'm gonna use the restroom. See you at gym? I get to the girls' bathroom. I'm packed. Good thing I'm short. Mrs. Wynn totally dress coded me. I had to roll down my shorts, but I rolled them up again as soon as I got away. That's stupid. They look fine. Ollie Davis shorts are way higher than yours. I know. The only reason Allie Davis can get away with it is because her dad is the superintendent and all the teachers are too scared to say anything. Hey, C? Yeah? Maybe, you're not gonna chicken out, are you? No. Good. Let's do it before lunch. I thought you said at the pool. Yeah, but it's better if it's before lunch. Otherwise, so awkward, right? Yeah, okay. She gives me a super hard hug. You're the best, M. That's why I love ya. That's Jamie's nickname for me, but this is the first time CL has used it. I have to admit, that makes me feel pretty cool. Jaime. So if Maya's gonna avoid me, I'll do the same. It's not hard, we're just watching a dumb movie anyway, while Coach Durrell sets up some nets outside for field day. After the movie, well, half of a movie since gym is only 45 minutes, I change quickly and head to French class. It's now pretty clear to everyone else that Maya and I aren't talking to each other. I know the reason I'm mad at Maya, but I have no idea what her deal is. Whatever it is, Sila is obviously controlling it. I think, when did this whole mess start, really? It must have been right after Christmas break. I was in California with my family, visiting my uncle and my cousins. When I got back to school, Ciela started making not-so-secret little comments behind my back. Not so secret because she knows our other friends are talkers. I don't know if it's cute or infiltrating that Jamie still uses peace sign emojis every time she texts. And then later, she started making some same kind of comments to my face. Stuff like how, appearance-wise, I was stuck in 5th grade and how retro. It was that I still wasn't interested in kissing boys. I'd get a little mad and she'd say, just kidding, it's fun to mess with you. In the beginning, Maya would defend me, but eventually she stopped and started to repeat whatever Ciela was telling her. See, and I think you should wear makeup, Jai, especially when we take selfies together. We don't want to look like we're posing for a 10-year-old. Then around spring break, Maya and Grace started getting worse. They wouldn't always laugh at my jokes, and Grace laughs at everything. Or they make a comment about my clothes or body or something. It sounded like playful teasing, but maybe it wasn't. Enough of the fuzzy sweaters, Jai. Yeah, you're like a cat shedding all over us. It'd be bad enough if it wasn't so constant. Thinking about all this makes me sad and angry at once. So much so that I have what my mom calls an aha moment. Stole it from Oprah. I decide it's time to just come right out and ask what's going on. Maya owns me that. Okay, this has gone on too long. What's with you? It sure takes a long time for her to answer. Maya. Yup, Jai is really mad. She stormed out of the gym locker without even waiting for me. Guess I deserve that, but still, how mature? Just because I'm doing it doesn't mean she should. Now I'm mad that she's mad that I'm mad. Okay, I'm dizzy. 3rd period Spanish. Jamie has French. It's the only class when we're not together, but Ciela and Grace are here. Just like in the first 2 periods, Senora Quell gives us free time. I think our teachers' brains are already on summer break. Just sit quietly, class. I plop in my chair while Ciela and Grace glare at me. Well? Okay, this has gone on too long. What's with you? I stare at the screen forever. I swallow and show her the text to see. She raises her eyebrows, then gives me the look. I take a deep breath. Nervous breath. Dread washes over me. Now or never. I start to text. Once I start, I can't stop. It's like my fingers are possessed. C and Grace look over my shoulders. Even they're amazed. Okay, I did it. Truth? I didn't know you had it in you. Whoa. Tell me about it. Jaime. My phone vibrates. I make sure Madame Kozlowski doesn't notice. She doesn't. Her head is in a book, and on a closer look, she has earbuds in. Yup, every teacher has tuned out for summer. I look down at my messages. Holy tomatoes. Maya texted back a whole essay. We had a meeting. Excuse me? What? It was about you. Is this a joke? First of all, kids don't have meetings. Parents have meetings. Teachers have meetings. A couple days ago, we did all pros and cons of keeping you in a group. Keeping me in a group. I helped make the group. What is going on? This has to be a joke. Not to be mean, but the cons kinda outweighed the pros. Boom. There it was. And by the way, not to be means you are being. No, it's not a joke. I felt this coming. It was stupid of me to blow off the weirdness and tension this whole time. But it still feels like a punch in the stomach from a giant with fists the size of condas. My mind is scrambling. I have a million questions in my head, but they're getting all jumbled up because I'm panicking at the same time. I try what my dad always says to do when you're panicking or angry. Inhale. Count to 8. Yeah, I don't know why it's 8 and it's not a round number like 10. And then exhale slowly. I do it. It helps. Sort of. I do it again. Then it finally hits me. OMG. My friends are dumping me. Maya. I wait for more questions, but my phone goes dark. I don't know what to do or to say. That's a first. I usually have something to do or say even before I think it. Finally, my phone vibrates. Just tell me, is it you or C and Grace who want me out, and why? My fingers tight before I can stop them. We don't have anything in common anymore. You know that. No, I didn't. Now I'm just irritated. Of course she did. She was clueless. She didn't want to do anything we did. Doesn't dress or act like us. Doesn't care so much about Snapgap. Doesn't care about makeup or boys, except Anthony, who doesn't count. Doesn't even care that she doesn't care. You really want to know? Yes. I pause. I've got to do this, and it's got to be harsh. I look at C, who nods encouragingly. Rip off the band-aid. So like I said, we listed all pros and cons of staying friends. Pros, you give good manicures, you have the nicest house, you have a nice little bro. You're good at volleyball, you're cute and fun-loving. Cons? I pause again. Do it. We don't have anything in common anymore. You would rather hang out with Anthony than us. You still like the little kid movies and TV. You talk too much. You're a goody-goody. We grew up, Jai. You didn't. My phone goes dark again. Jaime. I stare at my phone. There it is. Everything I worried about but hoped wasn't true. In a text. I'm in such shock I can't even cry. Funny. I think my body is starting to go through all that fight or flight stuff. But from the outside, you probably can't tell. The bell rings. Madame Zukoski rips out her earbuds and shouts above the din. Magnificent summer break, everyone! Au revoir! The class ignores her and makes a mad dash for the door. Jeez, it's just lunch. OMG, lunch! Who am I going to sit with now? I think I'm frozen in this chair. Madame Zukoski looks up and notices me. Jaime, are you okay? Yeah. My voice breaks at yeah. Madame Z rushes to me. Oh no, what's wrong? I can't imagine you're going to miss us that much. I. I. For once, I'm at loss of words. I can't speak at all. Even Madame Z looks shocked at my lack of verbiage. A Mrs. Win word of the week. You can talk to me, Jamie. But if you don't want to, that's okay too. Feel free to stick around if you like. I'm so grateful. I became even more speechless. I like Madame Zukoski. She's new at the school this semester. Took over after Mr. Drake, the last French teacher, who was about 100 years old and smelled it, decided to make a move and move to Arizona. Au revoir, like front. Madame Z is one of the few teachers who didn't care if I talked in the beginning of class. She lets us get away with a lot of long as we kept our grades up. I cry harder, and snot comes out. Attractive. She offers me a tissue. After a few minutes, I start to calm down. I blow my nose. Madame Zukoski? Yes? Did you ever have a friend, dump you? She gets a weird look on her face. Is that what happened? Oh, no. No wonder you're upset. Unfortunately, I think it's happened to most of us. We're either victims or predators. I once, what's the term, ghosted a friend. Really? Oui. She was great. Funny, but that funny came with a price. She'd often make garbage jokes at my expense, thinking I'd just laugh them off. Eventually, I started feeling inadequate and resented built. Finally, I had enough and stopped returning her calls. And yes, calls, not texts. This was BC, before cell phones. I smile, a little. I definitely could have handled it better. I even thought of apologizing, but I wouldn't know how to contact her. I'm not on social media, and anyway, I heard she married and changed her name. Oh. I'm sure your friend will probably feel pretty guilty about this soon enough. I snore and cough at the same time. Snoff? I doubt it. She smiles sadly and grabs an unopened water bottle from her desk. Here, have this. You're probably dehydrated from all those tears. She hands it to me and I open it. I take a long swig. She's right. I didn't realize how thirsty I was. I gulp down half the bottle. Can I sit here for a while, like you said? Oui. I need to take care of some things at my desk, but stay. And if you like to talk more, feel free. I thank her again and take a small sip. I'm now counting on my fingers the people I can trust at school. That's 2. Maya, you did it. You're way braver than I thought. My horrible feelings wash away. I've never really been brave at anything. Brave at volleyball, brave at fashion, brave at, well, everything. Yeah, this was absolutely the right thing to do. I'm totally craving lunch. Let's go. Suddenly, my stomach feels like it's turning inside out. I'll catch up. I need to use the restroom. My mom packed me a cranberry brun bar. I feel sick. What's happening? I feel like tossing my cookies or banana muffin. My heart is beating super fast too. What is this? A heart attack? Hey, blonde girl, you having a panic attack or something? A panic attack. That's it. I'm having a panic attack. Weirdly, knowing that makes me stop panicking a little. I'm okay. Good. I need a calm environment. Still. Hey, can you turn that thing down? If I did the right thing, why am I panicking? Jamie. I stay in Madame Zukoski's class for a bit. Just sitting here quietly makes me feel a little better. Once in a while, Madame Z throws me a slight smile. It's sympathetic, but not full of pity or anything. I guess I can't stay here forever. Finally, reluctantly, I stand up. Will you be okay, Jamie? I think so. Thanks. I'm here for the rest of the afternoon if you need anything. Okay. I start to leave, then pause. Actually, we? Did you, your friend, that one you ghosted, did she make any new friends after you? Madam Z smiles. Well, this happened right after high school graduation, and we never saw each other again. But I'm 100% sure she would have made new friends. I think about it. Of course she would have. A person really can't be friendless forever, unless she totally is a social pariah or a serial killer or something. I straighten up. From now on, I'm gonna ignore Maya, Ciela, and Grace. I'll hang out with Anthony and Tyler. I can have other friends. Thanks again, Madame Zakowski. She gives my shoulder a little squeeze and I leave her homeroom. We're supposed to hang out there until the bell rings for lunch/field day, but I can't imagine anything I want to do less except see her. While I won't let her see how much she's hurt me, if there is one thing I have left, it's my dignity. Maya and a few other kids rush over. Jai, are you okay? I snap. Why should you care? Leave me alone. The other kids look at one another. Kyle, Lindsay, even that quiet girl Emmy, and that smart girl Brianna, all the students with last names starting with D. Mine is Daniels. Maya has a H last name, but she has a D last year. Her parents went through a bad divorce, and her mother decided to hypnate Maya and Lily's last name to Hillard Davidson. Yeah, it wasn't confusing at all. Anyway, Maya begged to stay in our homeroom. It worked. Now I wish I hadn't. She gives me a really sad look. It's probably pity. Go away, Maya. The others watch me get up, looking weirded out. I'm sure there will be talk. So much for my dignity. Maya. I've got the restroom to myself. Bean Girl just left. It says, Maya, you okay? Yeah, I dunno. My stomach hurts a little. See, you think maybe I should have done it in person? Definitely a lot. She would have swayed you. Better to TNR. TNR? Text and run. Like ghosting, but nicer. So she's not left wondering. See, you totally did her a favor. Oh. Anyway, meet you outside? We'll get you a hot dog. Or maybe just a ginger ale. After a while, I get up and walk to homeroom. C is right. I did Jamie a favor. I even feel better. Before I can think, the words tumble out of my mouth. Jai, are you okay? Why should you care? Leave me alone. My stomach starts to hurt again. Starting over may be trickier than I thought. Jamie. The lunch bell rings as I get up to my feet. I'm a little shaky and I don't think it's just from falling. Mr. Ryan asks if I need to see the nurse. Tempting, but I could pretend I got a concussion or something and lie on the coat for the rest of the afternoon. But since 20 kids saw me land on my stomach, she might have questions. That's not the usual place for a concussion. Once Maya sees I'm okay, she dashes out of the room like there's a rocket pack on her back. Now I'm just humiliated. I take a deep breath, shaky breath, and count to 8. Better. Okay, now I need to stay tough, ignoring looks. I head to the field behind the school for a cookout. I remind myself that there are only a few hours left and things can really get any worse. Note, of course, foreshadowing. I start to panic. Anthony's nowhere to be seen. Neither is Tyler, and I'm not really friends with anyone else. Why didn't I make more friends? Why did I talk about everybody? And why did I assume my group was going to stick with me through thick, thin, and medium? I'm this close to tears. I can't eat lunch alone. I just can't. I'll be known as the loser forever. Okay. Deep breath again. Can you overdose on oxygen? Hey. I'm so startled I almost fall to the bleachers. It's Anthony. He's standing there with a hot dog in one hand and a water bottle in the other. I'm so relieved I want to hug him. I don't, though. He might confuse my relief with insanity. You okay? Everybody's been talking about you and Maya getting in a fight. Great, now I'm a school-wide entertainment. Anthony starts to spit and stops. He spits his water instead. We're not really fighting. We're just not talking. Toxic Ciela poisoned her. Why? Well, 'cause I wish I knew. It can't be just because I'm not mature and we don't have anything in common. I don't buy it. I feel like my cheeks get hot. I don't know. I guess I'm no longer cooler enough for her or something. Anthony looks genuinely surprised. Huh? You're one of the coolest people I know. That's the nicest thing anyone said to me, like in months. All I've heard lately is what's wrong with me. Anthony's words make me feel like my old cheerful self. Just for a minute. Back at ya. We smile at each other for a split second. I feel something almost like tingles. I had a crush on Anthony in the beginning of 6th grade. Once we became friends, though, I kinda let it go. He liked Nikki, and then dreamy Zach Finkel asked me out. Zach and I dated for a whole month, which, according to my cousin, is like 4 years in middle school. Fun fact, 6th grade dating is basically just walking in the halls together. OMG, why am I thinking about that ancient crush? I have more important things to worry about. Anthony takes a long swig of water and avoids my eyes. Wanna sit with me and Tyler? Yeah, I'd like that. I quickly grab a hot dog and water. We head further down the bleachers. I see Tyler sitting with Emmy, Sarah, and Brianna. I don't know about the girls too well. I guess Maya and I were always too busy talking among us ourselves to notice them much. I did only twice. One, when Emmy wrote a crazy love letter to Tyler, which turned out to be a joke, and the whole school found out. And two, when Brianna performed in the talent show. Up until then, I rarely even saw her outside the library. Okay, maybe I talked about that note thing at the time, but heck, the whole school did. Oh yeah, and when we found out Brianna's mom forced her to be in the talent show, there may have been some stuff I said about that, but nothing terrible. Wanna bet a Tasty's cone she'll choke during the show? I feel a little guilty, but I shake it off. Past history. The girls throw me a curious look. Not hostile, just surprised. I suddenly feel like, what's that expression? A fish out of the water? Sarah clears her throat. Hi? That jolts Anthony into action. You guys don't mind if Jaime eats lunch with you, do you? Sarah and Amy shake their heads and smile. I smile back and sit down. Brianna isn't smiling, but asks politely, You okay? We saw what happened in the homeroom. I stare at my uneaten hot dog. Yeah, I'm just having some friend issues. They give me uncomfortable looks, like they want to ask questions but aren't sure that's being too nosy. I feel my eyes water and I try to blink back the tears. Not now. I don't want to cry in front of this group. That would make an awkward situation even awkwarder. Well, you can hang out with us if you want. I mean, we're kinda not the same of crowd or anything. That's a good thing, trust me. That kind of breaks up the weirdness. The girls laugh a little. Anthony says loudly, almost making me drop my hot dog, he has got to stop doing that. Come on, guys, let's just eat. We eat, and for once I don't say much, just listen. Sarah, Tyler, and Emmy slowly start to talk about school art show, which was just up in the auditorium. I know Emmy's a really good artist. I've seen her stuff. I still get surprised about Tyler, who's always pretty good. He really gets excited when he talks about Winter's Zenticle project. I hated that. Yeah, who knew? Miss Lori hung it right up in front like, whoa. Ciella's joke about Tyler's new friendship with this bunch, but watching him, he looks pretty comfortable. In fact, I think he looks more at home in this group than with the basketball team. Of course, Tyler could care less about what anyone thinks and would probably be fine on a deserted island by himself. Strangely, I'm relaxing. Just a little. I can tell they think being there is super weird, but they change the subject to favorite and not so favorite teachers and trying to include me in the conversation. I still don't feel like saying much. My mind kind of keeps going back to the text. We had a meeting. That makes me want to cry again, but I try to hold it together. I start to wonder, against my will, where Maya and the others are. Just as I wonder, I look up, and there they are, sitting on our ledge eating lunch, and looking straight at me.